Hey YouTube, what's up? Dr. T here from St. Petersburg, Florida. So let's continue with part 2 of the startups of China.
One company that has attracted attention as a pioneer of internet finance is located in the financial hub of Pudong.
下面是不是应该还有一个对吧？
Rongdao Wang is being flooded by delegations from around the country wanting to see its operations. On this day, they are welcoming a group of branch managers of conventional banks from Guangdong province. Rongdao Wang is being driven by the vigor of youth. Its 200 employees have an average age of 29. Their selling point is speed. They can attract money very fast. At first, they post information on the internet on companies they've previously vetted. Usually, they can collect financing relatively easily for loans in the $10,000 unit range. In this case, the annual return is 9%. Repayment comes in 12 months. Plus, the original investment and the interest are 100% guaranteed. They are seeking individual investments totaling $14,000. As soon as they start promoting a company, they immediately begin bringing in the money.
对，现在又有人投了，投到60%了。这里被人投了9240块钱。
They are collecting money hand over fist.
好，现在这个标已经被人投完了，募集进度是100%，然后剩余可投是0，将近40分钟。
8 people invested. It's rare for the financing to turn sour. Only about 3 cases in every 1,000. In those instances, Rongdao Wang makes up the loss. This type of loan business is regulated in many other countries. In China, anyone with a smartphone can easily participate in these transactions.
是我投的，这是我自己买的，3万多，我没钱，当然。
The money being raised in this way will be lent as financing to companies in growth industries. A 2% commission fee is added on when the money is paid back. That's Rongdao Wang's profit. Conventional finance companies can secure funding in a month, but Rongdao Wang can do it in a week, or even just 2 hours. It's this speed that allows Rongdao Wang to offer small loans to many companies and thus fuel its own dramatic rise. Zhou Han is the company's founder. He's credited with introducing internet financing for companies looking for funding. Once a chief financial officer for a large manufacturer, Zhou learned about the financial difficulties subcontractors were having. This prompted him to establish Rongdao Wang in 2009.
昨天一天的投资金额1459万9千。但是在往上走，对，往上在增加，对。
Their targets are promising small to medium enterprises, or SMEs, in China's growth industries. Up to now, they've offered financing to some 10,000 companies.
中国的民营企业从企业数量上来说，是占到整个的企业数量的99%，城镇人口就业的80%，GDP 的60%，税收的50%，都是靠民营企业、中小企业去完成的。但是呢，它获得的金融服务呢，可能30%都不到。所以呢，我们希望通过我们努力的整合民营金融的力量，来服务真正的为中国做出那么多贡献的民营企业、中小企业。
Now, more than 2,000 companies are engaged in online financing, which has become a driving force in the world of investment. The Chinese government is placing ever greater expectations on the power of these companies to mobilize capital.
希望我们的行业发展能够 更快的成为我们的整个我们社会当中一个重要的推动力。也希望在新的这个发展机遇当中，能够把握这种机会。最后，祝大家一切顺利。
Given its leading position in the field of internet financing, Rongdao Wang received an unusual mission in 2014 from the city of Shanghai.
这个是2014年，也得到了上海市政府的相关领导的这个关注。这位呢是上海市。
Shanghai officials asked Rongdao Wang to help foster China's growth industries. Ground zero was the Baoshan district in Shanghai. It's one of China's leading steel towns. Shanghai officials wanted Rongdao Wang to revitalize small and medium-sized contractors in the stagnating heavy industry. They asked Zhou to find companies that could thrive in growth industries and help them with financing.
这个区域呢，因为原来的中小企业呢，主要是服务于宝钢的，现在因为宝钢迁出了以后，这个区域的中小企业也面临着整体的转型。在这个转型中呢，金融服务也是最需要的，所以我们在给他提供金融服务。
Today, Zhou is checking out a small steelworks company. For many years, the firm has been a subcontractor to a state-owned steel company in Shanghai.
俗称环保系统里面的配套管道。宝钢这个热轧厂，俗称环保管道。
Zhou's practice is to look carefully at the inner workings of a company and ascertain its strengths, qualities that can't often be seen by analyzing data. Zhou realizes this company possesses a high technical capability of welding different metals precisely.
上面就是不锈钢的，下面是碳钢的，它是一半一半的。
He concludes this technology is also necessary for new industries, such as for the welding of new materials. It's not easy for these kinds of subcontractors to borrow money from existing financial companies. And for steel-related factories, it's even more difficult. Zhou gets down to business together with one of his employees in charge of the Baoshan district.
那个我们啊，宝山就业余额还是5万多，已经结清了吗？
还没结清，还有大概2、3个月吧，完了，到10月份。
余额就是5万5了呗。
对，就是5万5。
这个利率多少？
这个比较高的。
临时性的
一个额度，一个额度，就说大致这个额度的范围是多少？
这个是根据我们的评估哈，就像你这个情况呢，当然最终的评估结果是我们的风控部门给出来的。今天我是预计的，大概在10万元人民币以内。
作为我们来说呢，其实希望就是说手续简单一点。
这就是方便快捷，对。
因为很多银行他看到我们跟带钢制的企业，他
一刀切下来的，原来被钢贸害苦了，所以说一朝被蛇咬，10年怕井绳。
有钢制他都不带，
其他的没什么了哈。
没什么，谢谢，非常感谢，非常感谢。
好，那你把我这个水带上。
The company needs around $14,000 to stay afloat. They don't need to put up collateral. Zhou and his team make an offering for the loan through the internet. Will anyone respond?
进度这边有23%。现在有人快投完了。
1人で5万人民元を融資してきたんですね。
年化收益高呀9%。有钱就投。投完了。
もうどうしたんですか？何分ですか？始めてから。
20分钟。
20分。
7 people invested. Zhou and his staff do another risk check. Then they prepare to transfer the money to the Ironworks company's account.
中国的中小企业贷款有个特点叫短小评级，期限短，小金额小。 平是频繁，急是如果需要钱他会很急。银行呢往往满足不了他这个急的这个需求，因为银行的审批流程很长。但是我们呢会贴近中小企业的需求，我们会告诉他1天或者2天就能把它审批下来。
Rongdao Wang is putting its resources into another industry they feel has potential to grow. It is agricultural corporations. The sector is intertwined with the nation's 10 big growth industries, but financing is not reaching it. Today, Jor is visiting a large-scale plantation in Anhui province that he's providing financing to. He's come to inspect these fields, which were recently damaged in a flood.
这家是我们的一个监管客户，他是种植猕猴桃的种植猕猴桃的一个种植户。今年因为这个前一段时间全国这个洪涝灾害，我们来看一下这一家我们的监管客户他有没有受灾，所以我们今天来了解一下他的情况，来看看。水受灾了，这是受灾了，受灾了是吧？
哎，受灾了，对。
我看情况还可以吧？
成了，现在这个淹了一下，反正我们这里水主要是过一下。
过水了，
过了一下。
With financing from Rongdao Wang, this agricultural corporation launched large-scale cultivation of kiwi fruit. The flooding happened just before the harvest.
今年这个水啊，我看到这上面都有些泥，是这个水过了，
水过了一下，
淹过这个地方。
对，到了这个果子
到了果子这一块了，到了果子是10%啊、20%啊还是30%呢？
大概要4成，大概
4成。
要营养4成的产。
Jor is also visiting an aquaculture company that produces freshwater fish. With the Rongdao Wang Fund, the company expanded its operations and increased the varieties of fish it produces. However, the flood raised water levels in their ponds, and almost all the fry they had just purchased swam away.
Now, 现在有7、80万。因为还有房子这一种，还有电机啊这些东西都受损。我应该育苗，我是放的小苗子，小苗子数量那就不能讲了，数量都几上千万位呀。
需不需要？
就是讲，我们是这样的吧。一个就是讲，如果我们需要资金的时候的话，就尽量的给我们一些便捷的服务嘛，方便一点。我大概现在要的不多，大概都是30-50万块钱。
The company will need additional financing to continue its operations. However, the risk is very high. The government expects rapidly growing new investment companies to play a major role in channeling funds to growth industries. Huge amounts of personal assets are flowing into these industries, helping give birth to 12,000 new companies every day. However, this investment boom is overheating as it goes beyond the government's intentions and causes a number of problems. In December 2015, authorities uncovered what's believed to be the biggest fraud case in China's history. Executives of an internet financing company embezzled more than $6.8 billion in investors' funds. They stole savings from some 900,000 people. And the trouble hasn't ended with this case.
So we'll stop here, and that's quite amazing. You can't imagine anything like that happening in the US. No wonder China's transporting itself into a global competitive economy faster than one can imagine.